What if I told you that going to college or getting a 4-year degree isn't the only way to make a 6-figure income? Welding, along with many other trades, can earn you great money without having to go to college. Me personally, I went to college. I did a 2-year degree, something quick, to learn more about the trade. Being in college, it taught me some things, but I mean, not necessarily everything. Most of the things are learned in the field. Welding is a great trade. It's something that not many people can do, and kids my age and younger are, they're pushed to go to college and do all these things. They're pressured into going to college, and sometimes it may not be for them. They might not have the money to go to college. Going into any trade like plumbing, welding, electricians, linemen, things like that, those can all earn you a great living without having to go to a 4-year college. For the duration of the speech, I'd like to talk about how welding can teach you a lot of skills that you can't learn in college, how you can travel and see new places while being paid, and also what kind of income it can get you. The skills that welding can teach you and some of the things that it can't teach you in college are very viable to what you're doing in your everyday life as well. Now, I went to college for welding and it taught me the basic things, but whenever you get on the field, now that I'm in the field, I've learned that, there's ways to manipulate a weld. There's ways to, manipulate your heat, ways to, fit pipe differently so that way you can fit it into different places. As you can see in this picture right here, once you get to the bottom of the pipe, it's real hard to control your puddle, and it's not the same as this guy over here. Whenever he's up here, it's a lot easier. Now, manipulating and doing all these different things you can't learn in college. It's something that comes with experience. It's something that comes with time, and a lot of the times it's not something that you get off quickly. Now, another thing is fabrication. Fabrication is something that you learn on the job as well. According to architect welding, welding is a process that is vital to keep any industry running. So, construction is a big one. Buildings that you see every day, buildings that you see when you're driving down the road, schools, colleges, Kilburn College, a lot of those buildings are made by welding. Now, a lot of people say, robots are being made to take over welding. Yeah, robots have been made for quite a few years now, but there's some things that they're not going to be able to do that have to be man-made, and where we have to go up there and weld it. Fabricating isn't easy. It's something that you have to have math for. You have to be smart for it. So when you hear people say, welding is something that, dumb people go into or people look down on them, I mean, those guys, anybody who's a welder, who's a fabricator, they know their math. They know how to read tape measures, things like that some colleges won't teach you. Now that I've talked about the skills that you can learn, I'd like to move on to the traveling side of welding. Now, there's different ways to find jobs. There's different jobs in welding, per se, like construction. You can go into the construction side of it. You can go into the pipeline side of it. You can go into the refinery side of it. There's many ways to make an income whenever you go in as a welder. Travel welding is a great way to earn your income because there's always welding jobs. Whenever if you go down to Houston, you're going to work in refineries. If you go to West Texas, you're going to work on pipelines and oil rigs. If you go also to different parts of the country, like Colorado has a lot of pipelines, Ohio, Kansas, Oklahoma, all those different places are always hiring welders. Even here locally, Henderson, Kilgore, Longview, Tyler, there's always somewhere to weld. Now, travel welders, I've learned from my experience that they try and get as many contacts when they're on the road. So, per se, if I'm on the road and I go into a shop, and there's other rig welders there, I'm gonna want to get their phone number. I'm gonna want to make friends with them, so that way, if I ever need a job or if I get laid off of a job because there's no work, I have those contacts in my phone to call and to have a backup to move on to the next job. Traveling with welding also can help you see different parts of the country. So I mean, whenever you're working at an office or something and you want to go on a vacation to Colorado, something like that with your family, you're gonna have to pay for that vacation. You're gonna have to take time off of work, not getting paid unless you have PTO. Whenever you're a welder, if if your family wants to go out, say Colorado, Oklahoma, take them on the road with you. I mean, it's a great way to take a vacation while getting paid, seeing new parts of the country. Even if you want to go, I know a lot of people that go to Dubai to weld, welding pipe, welding buildings, and all that. Now that I've talked about all that, the skills that you can learn, the traveling side of it, I'd like to move on to the income side of the welding. Now, according to ZipRecruiter, top earners in the welding industry can make up to $103,000 a year averagely. So, along with that, different jobs, like I said, are going to earn you different types of money. Construction may not earn you as much as welding on a pipeline. That all comes along with overtime, how much you get paid if you have your own rig truck. It all comes with that. So really doing the research, really finding out what exactly it is you want to do in that field can help you and can help you go a long way. Me personally, my goal is to become a rig welder. Now those can make up to $6,000 a week. I know I've talked to a lot of guys that have made up to $150,000, sometimes even $200,000 a year. Now, whenever you're doing that, you are working a lot. You're working a lot of hours. It's hard labor, but it's also fun work. You're fabricating, you're welding on the job, you're learning new things every day. So it's an ongoing learning process. Now, the benefits of that income, if you want to retire early, or if you don't want to work for the rest of your life, if you work 5, 6 years straight, and be smart with your money, you can have a house paid off, you can have a truck paid off, and you can lay back and do something easy for the rest of your life. So welding and any type of trade is good for that if you have the capability, if you're able to do that. Another benefit of income, I know a lot of guys that are out there working on rigs, working on the pipeline, they like to, beef up their trucks and make them look good. So things like that, you can have luxuries for yourself, houses. You can build a good house, you can have a nice truck. If you're smart with your money, a lot of guys, they want to go out and do different things, but just things like that are a confidence booster. It's something that you want to set your goal to have. I hope that by giving you insight of what skills you can learn, about how you can travel, what traveling is like, and the income side of the welding. I hope that you take this and you can kind of see where I get at different trades. Do your research, see what all you can do. Going to a 4-year college isn't necessarily something that you have to do. There's many other jobs out there that you can research on.